about the gospel. Take the gospel to the ends of the earth. Now go, I'll be with you to the ends of the earth. And then he said it much better. I can't exactly remember. He said, go, preach the gospel. Go to the nations of the world. Yeah, but I'm not married. You might get married on the way, but go. No, but I'm sick. God will heal you on the way. Go. But I'm not able. God will equip you as you go. And for me, it's just such a, believing means you'll cross over in hope that the promise will become clear as you walk. I hope that makes it plain, that hope, in my opinion, is not just like we happy-go-lucky, because our hope is rooted in Jesus. And that's why Jesus calls it a living hope. But for us to engage the living hope, we have to come to the end of ourselves. Anyway, therefore, hope doesn't want to flee the world or give up on life or being escapist. Neither does it cut itself off from the earth. It is not dreaming and then we wake up, our coffee is cold. Jesus Christ has in fact overcome death, hell, and the grave. He calls us to live in a resurrection life. The enemy of death is that, and the enemy of death, and that is why we hope. Fully developed in faith does not give us rest, but unrest. Please hear me, I'm done with this last one. This is huge, guys. Fully developed in faith, hope does not give us rest, but unrest. Okay? Because a lot of us think that the purpose of God is to give us peace. There's a bunch of scripture in the Gospels that I'm not going to quote now that Jesus says, you think I came to do this, but I actually came to do that. It's amazing. And this is why. It doesn't come to give us rest, but unrest. It doesn't come to make us patient, but it comes to give us a divine impatience, discontentment, some call it. Tozer calls it divine discontentment. Those who hope in Jesus can no longer put up with the reality, but suffer under it to contradict it. Peace with God means conflict with the world, like the gospel says. You can't say, wow, in this world, I have no trouble. In this world, I have no resistance. In this world, I don't have to say no to anything. That is pure secularity. And that is exactly, diametrically, the opposite of bringing the kingdom of God in. This hope produces in us a divine discontentment that says, I can't continue like this. I will suffer under it, but with a hope that leads me forward, that contradicts this world. Future stabs us. It's because the promised future stabs into the flesh of the unfulfilled present for the follower of Jesus. Jesus didn't quietly resolve conflict or ignore the demons or turned his back on the blind guy, on the sick. He was in direct conflict to the outworking of sin, and he destroyed its final penalty, death. How are we then to live? How are we then to live? Invite people into our lives. Cross the boundaries into their lives. And when they're sick, pray for them. Because the hope that we have is alive. And then if they don't get healed, pray some more. So that we stay in this divine discontentment until they are healed, until they are saved by God. And in so doing, the kingdom of God breaks through into our world and topples and smashes and destroys like the rock that was loosened in the mountain of Nebuchadnezzar's dream and destroyed the rule, the pattern, the system of this world. And then the kingdom comes. Hope is crucial for that. Now the realist, therefore even in despair, our presupposition is hope. And the realist will say that to truly live, if you really want to be alive, the realist says, if you really want to be alive, you must give up all hope. Because if you give up all hope, your soul can't be disappointed. That's what the realists say. Hope, as a rule, makes many a fool. That's actually a slogan. Hence, we try to remain on the solid ground of reality, to think clearly and not hope anymore. This is Fontaine, one of the secular philosophers. And yet, in adopting this so-called realism, dictated by the facts that we fall victim to the worst of all utopias. And friends,